Hello my fellow movie lovers, so today's review is of Harriet. Harriet tells the astonishing tale of Harriet Tubman's escape from slavery to free woman, whose courage and tenacity saved hundreds of slaves and changed the course of history, making her one of America's greatest heroes.
I'm gonna be free or die.
I don't know if you know how extraordinary this is, but you have made it 100 miles to freedom all by yourself.
Well, Harriet is tough to watch. There's times when you can barely look at the screen, or there's other times you just find a single trickle of tear flowing down your face because you're just completely taken on this very sad and emotional, angry ride.
You are welcome here anytime. If I'm free, my family should be too. I made up my mind, I'm going back.
CYNTHIA ERIVO is terrific. She manages to encompass the intelligence, toughness and confidence of Tubman.
You're confident, composed. When trouble comes, you'll be ready.
There's such a beautiful moving scene at the moment when she first steps on free land and she's a free woman essentially. The sun is setting or rising and it's just such a moving, powerful shot and scene, and from that point on you just kind of have this sigh of relief with her.
I would give every last drop of blood in my veins until this monster called slavery is dead.
Throughout the film, I'm just in awe and I'm like, what a woman. She didn't only risk her own life, her own freedom, but she risked her life on countless, occasions to save hundreds more, actively keeping the Underground Railroad alive in order to do so.
Harriet, welcome to the Underground Railroad. Everybody, everywhere is looking for you.
Her story is briefly touched upon in Netflix Underground, starring the very fine Aldous Hodge. And if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Annoyingly cancelled after 2 brilliant seasons, WGN promised us a 3rd season with a new home, which I'm still waiting for. Don't think I've forgotten. But if you haven't watched it, as I said, please go and watch series 1 and 2 on Netflix.
Papers. Says here you're 5.5 feet tall. You ain't more than 5 feet.
Must have won my high boots that day.
My only negative would be, for someone who lives such a grand life, they introduced Harriet at age 25, and the story is pretty direct and linear. And I felt, especially towards the end, they skimmed across some really integral, important moments in history, in her life. And I felt like those situations or those accomplishments weren't magnified as they should have. So I feel like my only suggestion would have been something like this is the only time we probably need a 3-hour movie, or 3.5-hour movie, or like a 4-part cinematic Netflix special, to really show the different parts of her growing up, and they had flashbacks but it wasn't, as insightful. Teens, early 20s, 30s, 40s and so forth and so forth. I think that would have kind of been able to show her fullness of life, because there's parts like her leading the army, just kind of like skimmed over that. Yo, that's huge, that's massive.
I made it this far on my own, so don't you tell me what I can't do.
Harriet is a heart-wrenching, painful film to watch. However, it's surrounded by inspiring moments and encouraging moments, and highlights someone who is truly underrated and underestimated globally, who I think for me should be celebrated internationally, period.
Ready?
So for all of those reasons, I give Harriet an RnR rating of 8 out of 10. Do tell me if you're inspired by Harriet. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time. This star-studded whodunit pays homage to my favourite whodunit star.